There's no such thing as coincidence. The fact that you're watching this video means that you're energetically aligned with me and this message. I love Kingdom Hearts. And yet, my favorite YouTuber, Ape of the Hour, refuses to talk about it. Not to worry. I have persuaded him to perform the song simple and clean through metaphysical meddling and intensive psychological trauma. So, without any further ado, Mr. of the Hour, take it away. I can't do this. I can't do this. I said.
Take it away.
Okay. When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, no more. Simple and clean is the way that you make me feel right. I can't.
Is this what I've been reduced to? Forced to do and say things about media that I really don't have a very strong opinion of. I mean, I really have no qualms with Kingdom Hearts. It's just not for me. And yet, here I am on the floor, soon to be propped up like a puppet on a string, and forced to perform like a dancing monkey in front of a hurdy-gurdy player. I live my life in shame. I said I live my life in shame!
Oh God. What a nightmare. I need some coffee. Dreams. They've baffled philosophers and lay people alike for millennia. What do they mean? What do they represent? Even some jerk Freud wrote a whole book about it, and, he thinks it's all about sex. But dreams have always been a fascinating subject. People have always been fascinated by the weird, surreal world that's presented to them in the night. And there have been many people that have attempted to recreate that surreal yet whimsical nature in many forms of media, but especially in video games. One such attempt happens to be one of my favorite games of all time, and that's Nights into Dreams. Nights into Dreams is a 1996 action flight game that was developed by Sonic Team, the same people that, developed Sonic the Hedgehog, and published by Sega. In it, you play as the boy Elliot or the girl Clarice, who can dualize or merge with a dream creature named Nights, who works to defeat Wiseman the Wicked and the other nightmare creatures from taking over the land of Nightopia and the real world as well. A fairly convoluted plot for such a simple game, yes, but where Nights into Dreams truly shines is in the gameplay, the music, and the spectacular visuals and aesthetics. But before we get into that, let's listen to a word from our sponsor.
Well, howdy there, folks. My name's Primata the Pastor. And when I'm not rustling cattle or spinning yarns about shooting outlaws in the desert, I'm at home playing Sega bass fishing. In the unprecedented times that we were experiencing last year, I found it was hard to go out and do my favorite pastime, catching a big old bass. But Sega was there for me and provided me with one of the best fishing experiences I've ever had. I'd even reckon it's better than the real thing. So do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of Sega Bass Fishing, or else.
The music in Nights into Dreams is truly whimsical and fun. The synth instrumentation actually aids in making the dreamscape a lot more believable. From the fun, fantastic, and almost Sonic-esque tunes of Overworlds to the very hip-hop-like boss music, NiGHTS has a very interesting assortment of musical stylings and tastes. A lot of them may be new to you, but I know one track that you might know very, very well. Yes, this is Message from NiGHTopia, and despite it being the music for the results screen of NiGHTS, it was also used during the NiGHTS pinball stage of Sonic Adventure, which I know a lot of people have a negative opinion of, saying that that stage was trash. For those people I say, oh, hey, POTP, can I borrow your piece for a moment?
Sure thing, Hoss.
Thanks, King. Take it back. The gameplay for NiGHTS is also very unique. As opposed to a much more traditional 2D platformer where you move up and down vertically and horizontally, NiGHTS instead has you take flight, moving gracefully all about the screen as you see fit, giving points for doing fancy schmancy aero-acrobatic tricks. Your main objective is to collect as many points as possible for each section of the stage, and that can be obtained by collecting Idia, these yellow and blue balls that float around the stage, going through rings, and getting plenty of fancy linking flight combos. Additionally, there are different storylines depending on the character you choose. You can go with the storyline of Clarice the girl, where she wants to perform well at a concert, or Elliot, who wants to best a couple of bullies at a game of basketball. It seems like a lot, and it is, but there wasn't a moment in NiGHTS where I felt overwhelmed or like it was a chore. There's even a feature where you can get rid of or hatch new little creatures called NiGHTopians, and depending how many of them are in a stage, the mood of the stage varies. If caring for these little critters sounds familiar, that's because Sega would later use this idea to create the Chow Garden stages in the Sonic Adventure games. While there are some moments where these mechanics could be improved, I think overall the game is still really fun to play. Finally, the aesthetics of NiGHTS are fantastic. I love the various dreamscapes you get to visit, from snowy mountains to deep underwater to forests to even museums. I love this particular stage in Soft Museum where you get to go through a ton of loops by looking through a reflection in a mirror. I always thought that was a really neat visual trick. Additionally, I love the character designs. While a lot of the real-life characters, such as Clarice and Elliot, are designed to be very close to the time period this game originated in, the 1990s, all the Nightmare and creatures like that have a very Renaissance-era, jester-like design. And I kind of like that, because it separates them so much from what reality is, and yet they're still fun and playful. I can't really think of anything that resembles NiGHTS aesthetically, other than maybe Balan, but let's not talk about that. NiGHTS Into Dreams is a game that many have heard of, but few have played, which I feel is a darn shame. If you ever get the chance to play this wonderful action flying game all the way through, I highly recommend it. I especially recommend it to people who are really big fans of Sega games, especially Sonic. While Sonic is really fast on the ground, NiGHTS is like the Sonic of the sky, flying all around in crazy speeds and charging up drill moves. Well, folks, I gotta go, but I hope to see you again in your dreams. In a dream I can see you are not far away. Anytime, any place I can see your face. You are that special one that I've been waiting for, and I hope you're looking for someone like me. In my dream, I love it when you call on me. In the night, everything's so sweet in your eyes. I feel there's so much inside. In the night's dream delight, I want to see you standing there. In the night's dream delight, I found someone who really cares. In the night's dream delight, I want to see you smile again. nights, dreamed a light. You are the one I'm waiting for.